welcome to Pirate Stadium where it's baseball time in Crandall. Tonight's matchup has the Scots from Highland Park against your Crandall Pirates. Start off by introducing the lineup from the visiting Highland Park Scots. Leading off center fielder number 11, Braden Juravet. Left fielder number 2, Harrison Duggar. Right fielder number 25, Patrick Turner. Catcher number 13, Josh Bowers. Shortstop number 4, Preston Gamster. Third baseman number 8, Hunter Kraus. Second baseman number 6, Sam Sessions. The pitcher number 12, Calvin Williams. And the first baseman number 3, Jack Rich. Designated hitter for tonight's game is number 10, Jack Curtin. Scots are coached by head coach Travis Yoder, assisted by Bobby Leigner and Austin Honeycutt. Now the starting lineup for your Crandall Pirates. Leading off, playing second base, number 22, Pierce Corbo. Center fielder number 2, Cole Hitt. Pitcher number 5, Austin Cruz. Left fielder number 7, Zach Sullivan. Shortstop number 12, Caden Goodall. Third baseman number 13, Landon Phillips. First baseman number 20, Kyler Heck. Catcher number 15, Preston Chambliss. And your right fielder number 8, Mason Doherty. Designated hitter for tonight's game for the Pirates, number 3, Connor Brent. Pirates are coached by Coach John Erie, assisted by Steve Kunkel and Landon McGraw. Okay, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you all rise and remove your hats as we honor America by the playing of the national anthem.
Well, it's been a long 10 days since the Scots last took the field for a baseball game, but after that long 10 days, we are finally back in action. Highland Park Scots taking on the Crandall Pirates for today's game, as we're just about to get ready to start things off. Braden Jerevek starting things off for the Scots, batting in the 1 hole, and on the mound for the Pirates is going to be Austin Cruz, the right-hander, just about ready to get things going, and we are underway as this first pitch comes in, and that misses a little bit high for ball 1. Scott's last game 10 days ago against the Lovejoy Leopards, where they ended up taking a 2-0 win at Scotland Yard. That was a couple of Saturdays ago. As Jerevek with an 0-1 count, pitch from Cruz, and that is a pop-up straight up in the center into the infield, and that is going to be brought in by Corbo, and that's going to be Pierce Corbo making the grab for that first out, and Jerevek goes down with an F4 to start things off. That's going to bring Harrison Duggar up to the plate. Duggar, in the game against the Leopards a couple Saturdays ago, ended 0 for 4. Excuse me, actually, he did not play against the Leopards. His last game was actually against the Forney Jackrabbits 2 weeks back, and he ended 0 for 4 in that game. Cruz comes home with that first pitch that misses high and outside for ball 1. Austin Cruz comes home, misses outside once again, ball 2. Lineup coming up for the Scots. Jerevek, as we just saw, up to bat first. Harrison Duggar at the plate now. Patrick Turner batting third, followed by Josh Bowers, the catcher, batting fourth. Preston Gamster in the 5-hole, followed by Hunter Kraus. Jack Curtis, the 7-hole, as designated hitter. Calvin Williams, the pitcher, batting eighth, and Jack Rich will be bringing up the rear in the 9-hole. As this one is lifted, and that's over in foul territory towards the Scots dugout, and that is caught by Phillips. That's going to be Landon Phillips making the grab over at third base.
Right fielder, number 25, Patrick Turner.
Duggar now goes down to 0 for 1 with an F5, and that'll bring Patrick Turner to the plate. Turner actually ended a little bit of a slump in his last appearance against the Jackrabbits, ended 2 for 4 after not getting a hit in almost all of district. That first pitch misses outside once again. Cruz so far trying to reach that outside corner, having trouble finding that outside corner strike call. Still very early in the game. 0-1 the count. Excuse me, that's 1-0. Turner in right field for the Scots as this one is swung on. A big swing there from Turner, but he can't connect. Brings the count even at 1-1. Turner, big senior at 6'2", 230 pounds. A linebacker for the Scots football team as well as outfielder for the baseball team. This one's lifted. That'll stay in the infield, and that is going to be Heck settling under it and making the grab. That catch coming in from Kyler Heck for the third out. That ends the top half of the first inning. Scots go quietly 3 up, 3 down to start things off, and we head to the bottom of the first, still scoreless. You're watching Highland Park Scots baseball on Game On Sports. scoreless midway through one. The Crandall Pirates about to get their first plate appearance of the day. Chance to get some hits. Scots ended with no hits in the top of that first inning. 3 up, 3 down after 3 flyouts. Ball didn't leave the infield in that top half of the first inning. Still looking for some solid contact from the Scotties as we head to the bottom half of the first. Due up for the Pirates to start us off. Pierce Corbo followed by Cole Hitt and Austin Cruz. And so starting things off is going to be Pierce Corbo, and on the mound for the Scots is going to be Calvin Williams. Williams,
second baseman, number 22, Pierce Corbo.
One of the aces that we have for the Scots. Kind of a couple aces. We have Williams, Ben Bailey, also Mac Moreland. Not really a defined ace for this Scots team yet. Corbo in the left-handed box. We're going to start things off here. Calvin Williams, the right-hander, getting his sign from Josh Bowers. Here's the pitch. And that first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. So that brings the count to 0-1. Corbo, the second baseman, had one of the flyouts in that top half of the first. Pitch comes in a little bit outside, evens the count 1-1. Williams, the senior, standing at 6'1", 200 pounds as he comes home. Just missing on the outside corner. Brings the count now to 2-1. Scott's standing at 10-9 on the season so far, 3-1 in district. Meanwhile, the Pirates at 8-13 on the season and 3-2 back-to-back. Scott's currently in third place in District 13 5A. The Pirates in fourth place. Scott's were supposed to play a couple of games against, I believe it was Royce City. Let me double check that real quick. Count evens out 2-2. Actually, they're supposed to play West Mesquite, the West Mesquite Wranglers. Both of those games last week ended up getting canceled. So we've been 10 days without baseball in Highland Park. This one swung on and hit into center field, and that'll start us off with a base hit. Corbo, 1 for 1 with that leadoff single, and that's going to be
number 2,
Cole Hitt now stepping up to the plate. Runner now at first. We've seen our first hit of the game here in Crandall, Texas. As Williams now preparing to come home from the stretch. Corbo with a good lead on first. Williams with a couple looks. Here he comes. Bunt laid down back to the pitcher's mound. That's picked up by Williams. He'll toss it over to first. That gets past Jack Rich. Bad throw there from Williams. And that'll now bring runners to the corners as Corbo is going to head into third on that one and hit. Reaches first on that E1. Throw got away from Williams.
Pitcher number 5, Austin
As that went to the left of reach. So with runners on the corners, nobody out. Very good chance here for the Pirates with Austin Cruz stepping up to the plate. Cruz, the pitcher for the Pirates in tonight's game. Cruz decides to watch that one. Doesn't show bunt as that brings the count to 0-1 coming in on the outside part of the plate. Williams delivers. Bunt attempt is fouled off. That goes towards the Scots dugout. Brings the count to 0-2 now. Most likely not going to see a bunt attempt from Cruz. Reason for that. 0-2 if a bunt is fouled off. That is an automatic out for the batter. Be a very risky play to attempt a bunt with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That misses up high for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. He got him! That first strikeout of the day for Calvin Williams as Cruz goes down looking. That low fastball at the
Left
knees.
fielder, number 7, Zach Sullivan.
And that's one away now for Zach Sullivan. Runners on the corners once again. For those of y'all just joining us, you're watching Highland Park Scots Baseball, brought to you by Vista Bank. Vista Bank, people first. Corbo currently on third. Cole hit over at first. Pitch from Williams comes in, and that is a called strike to Sullivan to start us off at 0-1. Double play here could end the inning for the Scots. Here's Williams. That ball fouled off. Runner went. He has to head back as Cole hit. Tried to get an extra base there, but Zach Sullivan could not make enough contact, and so that ball gets fouled off. Count at 0-2 as the right-hander comes set. Has a sign from Bowers. Here he comes. That's a called strike 3. That's 2 strikeouts now for Williams, back-to-back. Got him with the fastball on the outside.
Designated hitter, number 3, Connor Brent.
And with 2 away, Connor Brett now steps up to the plate. Brett, the designated hitter, as he's going to be hitting for Caden Goodall. Goodall playing at short for the Pirates, as that one's hit down to short, and that's going to be bobbled by Gamster. And there will be no play as the Pirates score first. Pierce Corbo coming in from third. And they reach the board, now leading 1-0 in this bottom of the first inning.
Third baseman, number 13, Landon Phillips.
Connor reaches first at E6, and that'll bring Landon Phillips up to the plate. 2 errors already in this first inning for the Scots, both on Williams and on Gamster, as that is a called strike, bringing the count to 0-1 to Phillips. Pitch from Williams is a called strike to the Pirates' right-hander. Count goes to 0-2. Williams looking to get out of this inning without any more damage. Here's the 0-2. Well, swung on down to third. That's will get past. That gets past Hunter Kraus. Throw it home. A little too high. Bowers can't get to it, and that scores another run for the Pirates, now leading 2-0. Cole hit, comes home.
First baseman, number 20, Kyler Heck.
Landon Phillips with a single, as that brings Kyler Heck to the plate. You can tell that 10-day hiatus has got to the Scots. They're having some difficulty out in the field so far very early in tonight's game. Runners on the corners once again as Connor Brett now at third and Landon Phillips with a lead over at first. Here's the pitch from Williams. Big hack there from Kyler Heck, but he can't connect, bringing the count to 0-1. That 0-1 pitch fouled off. That heads towards the parking lot. Extends the count to 0-2. Williams once again down to the final strike of the inning. Looking to stop the bleeding here. Likes what he sees from Bowers. He comes set. He dishes. And that's a called strike 3. And Calvin Williams. Beautiful Tuesday evening as we get ready for the bottom half of the second inning, or excuse me, top half of the second inning. Do it for the Scots, Josh Bowers, followed by Preston Gamster and Hunter Kraus. That's 4, 5, and 6. Coming up for the Scots after they went down quietly in that top of the first. Bowers, the battery for the Scots, digging into the right-handed box. We're about ready to go. Austin Cruz back on the mound for the Pirates. He brings this one home. And that's a called strike on the inside. Brings the count to 0-1. Pirates leading 2-0 after that first inning of play. A couple of errors from the Scots led to a couple of runs. As this is a high drive over in left field. And that is going to be brought in by Sullivan near the fence. So it's going to be Zach Sullivan making the grab for that first out. Bowers, first solid contact of the game, as that one was a deep drive into left field, but that was brought in by Sullivan. That goes down as an F7.
Gamster.
Now Gamster, the shortstop, stepping in next up for the Scots. Gamster ended his last outing against the Forney Jackrabbits at 1 for 2, as this one is a solid hit into left field for a base hit, and that's going to be Gamster rounding first. That'll be the first hit for the Scots. Gamster,
third baseman number 8,
contacts the first ball that he sees, sends it past
Hunter Kraus.
Goodall into left field. Brings Hunter Kraus with a runner on first and 1 out. Gamster extends his lead. Here's the pitch. And that is a called strike. That breaking ball finds the strike zone. Brings an 0-1 count to Kraus. Kraus ended his last outing at 0 for 4 against the Jackrabbits. Scots, however, coming off of a 3-0 win. That was at Forney High School a couple of Fridays ago. Similarity between the Jackrabbits and the Crandall Pirates. Crandall also has an all grass and dirt field, just like Forney. Scots 1-0 on dirt fields as this one drops into the right center field gap for a base hit. Play over at third as Gamster slides in. He's safe. Play it over at second is in time He got Kraus trying to get an extra base there. Gamster, however, into third. It looks like Coach Leidner is going to have a little talk with the field umpire, see what happened there.
Designated hitter number 10, Jack Curtin.
Jack Curtis now stepping up to the plate. Curtis designated hitter for the Scots today. Big junior. He stands at 6'4", 225 pounds. Ball missing just on the outside. Brings count to 1-0. Curtis, baseball and football player, big football player, has a number of D1 offers for football, including from Air Force, Army, San Diego State, Arizona, Lehigh, and Columbia, just to name a few. And this one's lifted into left field, and that is going to drop. That's down. Curtis heads into second as that scores a run. Preston Gamster comes in from third. That was a sliding attempt there from Sullivan. Couldn't come up with the ball. And that's going to be Jack Curtis stepping in to second with that stand-up double.
Pitcher number 12, Calvin Williams.
And that did touch the glove of Sullivan. However, I'm not giving him an error because of that sliding play. Definitely not a routine attempt there from the left fielder. Cruz comes set, ready to face Calvin Williams. As that ball drops down low for ball one. Literal pitcher's duel as both of these pitchers face each other for the second time tonight. Williams got the best of Cruz in the bottom half of the first. Cruz went down with a looking strikeout. That was that first out of the inning for the Scots. Williams trying to find his first hit in a couple of games. Ended 0 for 3 against the Jackrabbits a couple of Fridays ago. This 1-0 pitch misses up high for ball two. As I mentioned earlier, the Pirates, all grass and dirt field, something that the Scots have not seen a lot of this season. Played mostly on turf. So the ball definitely has quite a different bounce on grass than it does on turf, which could account for some of the errors that these Scots are making. Throw to first is in time from second base, and that ends the top of the second inning, but not before the Scots add a run and cut this Pirates lead in half, now trailing 2-1 midway through two. You're watching Highland Park Scots baseball on Game On Sports. Mason Darty, and back to the top,
Leading off
Pierce
the Pirates.
Corbo.
Center catcher 15, Preston Chambliss.
Back on the mound for the Scots is going to be Calvin Williams with 3 strikeouts already through that first inning. As we're getting ready to get back to action here. Pitch comes in, drops a little low for ball 1. Scots cut that lead in half as they now trail 2-1 midway through the second inning. As Williams comes home once again, misses up high this time for ball 2. Let's go ahead and go around the horn for the Scots here as we have Calvin Williams on the mound, Bowers at the dish, Hunter Krause over at third, Preston Gamster at short, Sam Sessions over at second, and Jack Rich over at first. Sessions not in the batting lineup as Curtis, the designated hitter for the second baseman. Harrison Duggar over in left field, Braden Jirovec in center, and Patrick Turner out in right field tonight. Here's the 2-1. And that breaking ball drops in for strike 2, evening the count. The right-hander in the windup. Here he comes. He got him swinging. That's the 4th strikeout for Calvin Williams. As Chambliss goes down swinging,
Right
and that is the first
8,
swinging
Mason
strikeout as well.
Doherty.
Bringing Mason Darty up to the plate. Darty, the 9-hole hitter, also playing in right field. That first pitch is fouled off towards the parking lot once again, bringing the count to 0-1. Vehicles here in Crandall, Texas, a lot safer here than they would be in Highland Park. This one hit over to short. That's picked up cleanly by Gamster. Throw to first is in time for that second out. Darty goes down. That 6-3 put out.
Second baseman Pierce Corbo.
And Pierce Corbo stepping back up to the plate now. Corbo, 1 for 1. He started things off with a leadoff single. He digs back into the left-handed box. Williams comes home. Misses outside. As I mentioned, vehicles a lot safer here than they would be in Highland Park. Highland Park down that first base line. Lover's Lane right next to the field has caused quite a bit of damage already this season. 1-0 the count. That one's chopped down to first base line. Foul. So that's picked up by Jack Rich. That'll even the count out. 1-1 with 2 away. Williams gives the nod. Has a sign. Here he comes. Gets past the glove of Bowers. And that brings the count to 2-1. Ball hit up the middle. That is going to be picked up by Gamster. Throw to first on the spin, and he got him. What a play there from Preston Gamster. Having to hustle all the way back behind second base, spinning around, making the throw, and getting it in time to end that second inning. The Pirates go down quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. As we head to the third inning, Pirates leading 2-1. You're watching Game On Sports. Coming back, top of the third inning, Scots trailing 2-1 over against the Crandall Pirates as they get ready for their third plate appearance as a team.
First baseman number 3, Jack Rich.
Leading off for the Scots, Jack Rich, followed by Braden Jirovic and Harrison Duggar. 9-1-2 coming up for the Scotties as Austin Cruz back on the mound for his third inning of action as he brings this one in for strike one. Rich over at first base at 6'5", 200 pounds. Lots of big players on this Scots roster. So we have a few at 6'3" and up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That drops outside for ball one. Cruz has a sign from Chambliss. Here he comes. And that is a called strike. That drops in, bringing the count to 1-2. Rich played against the Leopards from Lovejoy last Saturday, ended 0-for-3 in that game. Saw a lot of new players that we haven't seen a whole lot of, especially not during district, as Cruz gets that strike three call on the outside corner, and Jack Rich goes down looking to start things off. That is the first strikeout for Austin Cruz. And with one away, that'll bring Braden Jirovic to the plate. Jirovic at 0-for-1 had that fly out over to Corbo to start us off back in the top of the first. Pitch from Cruz. Misses inside for ball one. Next four batters, or four including Jirovic, all at 0-for-1. That's Jirovic, Duggar, Turner, and Bowers, all looking for their first hits of the night. Big swing and a miss there from Jirovic as he ends up with a 1-2 count. Jirovic at 5'10", 155. Wants to major in liberal arts at either Johns Hopkins or the University of Chicago. Here's the 1-2. That misses up high. Evening the count, 2-2 with one away. No runners on, as Harrison Duggar patiently awaiting his second at bat over in that on deck area. Here's the 2-2. Ball fouled off, keeping the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cruz from the windup misses that one. That tried to get that breaking ball. Tried to get Jirovic chasing, couldn't do it. Brings the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. Chambliss gives the signal. Here's Cruz. And that one lifted straight up. That's going to be in the infield once again. That's going to be picked up once again by Corbo. Jervik. Actually, that ball's dropped. I was looking at my notes, and Corbo ends up dropping that ball as Jervik is going to reach first on that E4.
That fielder Harrison.
A little bit of luck there for Jervik as he was about to go down with back-to-back F4s. But instead, reaches base for the first time tonight on that error from Corbo. That brings Harrison Duggar we get a chance to see just how wide Harrison Duggar's stance actually is, as he has that he's going to have that that back foot all the way on the inside line of that left-handed box and his front foot on the outside line. Definitely a lot more open than you typically see, especially at this level. Ball hit over towards first, and that's going to be picked up by Heck, and he'll get them in time. As Heck tosses it over to Cruz for that second out. Duggar goes down with that 3-1. Meanwhile, Jervik extending over to second. It's a runner in scoring position for Patrick Turner now. Turner at 0 for 1 tonight, 2 for 5 in his last 2 appearances. Oh, 0-1 now the count to the future Naval Academy midshipman, as Turner will be heading there, play linebacker for the midshipman football team in the fall. That ball drops low, evening the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Base hit here could score a run and tie this game for the Scots, currently trailing the Pirates 2-1 in this top of the 3rd inning. That one is swung on. That's going to be in foul territory over towards the first base line, and that will go out of play. Field dimensions here from Crandall High School, 310 to both corners and 350 dead center. This is a unique little shape for this baseball field. You see foul territory, quite a bit of area to cover. Quite a bit of green grass over in both the first and third base foul territories. Here's the 1-2. That's a chopper down the third base line. That's going to be fouls. That's picked up by Coach Bobby Leitner. I believe that's Leitner. Let me look real quick. Yes, that is Coach Leitner. It looks like Coach Travis Yoder not with us tonight. Hoping everything's okay with the Scots head coach. Here's the 1-2. He got him looking. Turner goes down to 0 for 2. That second strikeout on the night for Austin Cruz. Midway through 3, Scots trailing 2-1 after that half inning. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left-stranded. Jervik left-stranded on second. We'll be back. Bottom of the 3rd. You're watching Game On Sports.
about a shirtless man.
Bottom half of the third inning coming from Crandall High School, home of the Crandall Pirates. Due up for the Pirates is going to be Cole Hitt. He'll be followed by Austin Cruz
Leading off for the
and
Pirates,
Zach
center fielder
Sullivan.
Cole Hitt.
Hitt reached base in his first appearance with an error from Calvin Williams, as Williams tried to toss it over to first and ended up throwing a little bit too far to the right of Jack Rich. Excuse me, that's to the left, actually, of Rich. Williams back on the mound as he brings this first pitch home, and that is fouled off for strike one. Start things off in this bottom of the third inning. That high fastball swung on and missed from Hitt. Can't connect, count 0-2. Pirates so far with only 2 hits in tonight's game. Scott's, meanwhile, with 3. With a couple of errors in between both teams as he swings and misses. And Calvin Williams, now with his 5th strikeout, as Cole Hitt goes down. He's now 0 for 1 after that strikeout along with that error, and that brings Austin Cruz up to the plate. Austin Cruz and Zach Sullivan, who is on deck, both 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Both struck out looking back in that first inning. Count goes to 1-0 to the Pirates pitcher. As this ball comes in, that's a called strike. Count goes to 1-2. That ball finds the strike zone. With 1 away, Williams looking for that call from Bowers. He likes what he sees. He gives the nod. And he deals. He got him with that inside fastball. Cruz goes down swinging as well.
Left fielder
Back-to-back
Zach
strikeouts
Sullivan.
for Calvin Williams, with Zach Sullivan stepping it up to the plate. And Sullivan, as I mentioned earlier, went down swinging, or excuse me, went down looking actually, and that was a 3-pitch strikeout for the left fielder, as that one misses a little too far inside for ball 1. Here's a pitch from Williams. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Sullivan can't connect. That nasty curveball from Calvin Williams that we've seen so many times this season. Here's the 1-1. Once again, swing and a miss there, as that brings the count to 1-2. Time called by the home plate umpire. It looks like he was giving answering Sullivan's request as we're ready to get back to action. That one just a little bit outside as that gets a little bit away from Williams, evening the count 2-2 with 2 away. Williams looking to strike out the side in this bottom of the third. As the hats start shaking here from Crandall, Texas for the first time tonight. 2-2, 2 away. Williams has the sign from Bowers. Here he comes. And that gets down low for ball 3. Full count now. And if you're Williams, the last thing you want to do is lose Zach Sullivan after being up 1-2. Brett Connor up on deck for the Pirates. One plate appearance reached with an error back in the first. That error from Preston Gamster. Payoff pitch from Williams. Breaking ball, he got him. Calvin Williams strikes out the side in that third inning. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base for the Pirates. As we head to the fourth, Pirates still leading 2-1. You're watching Game On Sports.
Leading off for the Scots.
Back up, top of the fourth inning. Scott's coming back up to the plate as we have Josh Bowers starting things off. He'll be followed by
Josh
Preston Gamster
Bowers.
and Hunter Kraus. Turner ended that third inning with that strikeout. He ended up going down looking for that second strikeout, for Austin Cruz. Calvin Williams, on the other hand, already with 7 strikeouts through just 3 innings. First pitch to Bowers comes in, misses in the dirt for ball 1. Bowers at 0 for 1 on the night with a flyout that started us off in the second. Currently at 0 for 3 in his last couple of game appearances. Last appearance coming against the Jackrabbits, where he ended 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Also reached on a walk, base on balls, as well as being hit by a pitch. Bowers, one of 3 captains for this Scots team, along with Harrison Duggar and Patrick Turner. 3 of the seniors on this Scots team. Here's the 2-1 from Cruz. And that was fouled off, as that evens the count 2-2. Neither pitcher giving up a walk so far in today's game. We'll see how long that streak can keep up. So we have a 2-2 count. Nobody out, nobody on. Cruz comes home. That gets low and outside for ball 3. Full count. Cruz comes home. That's fouled off. Keeps the count 3-2. The Scots' last district game coming almost 2 weeks ago against the Forney Jackrabbits back on March 26th, where they ended up taking a 3-0 win over the Jackrabbits. Their last game, March 27th, against the Lovejoy Leopards, where they also took a 2-0 win. That one's swung on. That's a skyrocket into right field as that's going to be dropped in and caught by Darty. That full count pitch ends up being a flyout for Josh Bowers as he goes down with an F9.
Shortstop, Preston.
And now it goes to 0 for 2 with Preston Gamster up to the plate. Gamster, one of the 3 hits so far for the Scots, as the next 3 batters actually all have the 3 hits. Gamster, Kraus, and Jack Curtis. Gamster and Kraus both with back-to-back singles. Kraus ended up getting thrown out at second after reaching first. Gamster 1 for 1 on the night tonight. 1 for 2 in his last appearance, which makes him 2 for 3 in his past couple of outings. And that last outing against the Jackrabbits, as I mentioned earlier, went 1 for 2 with a single, a flyout, and also reached on a walk. Also one of the 3 runs for the Scots in that game against the Jackrabbits after that walk. Count now goes to 1-2 to the Scots shortstop as he's in the right-handed box. Cruz, from the windup, has a sign from Chambliss. Here's the pitch. And he got him looking. Gamster watched that one go. And he knew it was a strike, too, as he goes down with a backwards K. Third strikeout now for Austin Cruz. And that'll bring Hunter Kraus up to the plate. First pitch misses down low. Brings up a 1-0 count. Kraus, 18 years of age, standing at 5'9", 180 pounds. One the count. Cruz delivers. That one's fouled off, bringing the count to 1-2. Kraus plans to attend Texas A&M, where he plans to major in business. A&M home of the Texas A&M Aggies. Here's the 1-2. He got him with the high fastball. Kraus goes down swinging, and that ends the inning. Bunch of zeros for the Scots as they go down. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left stranded as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Scots still trailing 2-1. You're watching Highland Park Scots Baseball on Game On Sports.
I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm
Connor Brett going to start things off here for the Pirates in this bottom half
hitter,
of the fourth
Connor
inning.
Brett.
Pirates leading 2-1 over the Scots with Connor Brett up to the plate, Landon Phillips on deck, and Kyler Heck currently in the hole. If you're just joining us, you're watching Highland Park Scots Baseball, brought to you by Vista Bank. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912. First pitch from Calvin Williams comes in. That is a swing and a miss from Brett. Williams already with 7 strikeouts through just 3 innings of work, in for his 4th. Here's the 0-1. That is, umpire calls dead ball, as Williams and Bowers both not agreeing with that one. It seems like that went off the handle, or the knob of the bat, actually. Umpire's going to converse, see if the field umpire saw something different. I thought that ball went off the knob. We'll see what the umpires have to say. And that is a foul ball. Field umpire saw something different, as Brett going to have to head on back to the plate. And now the Crandall head coach going to have a little argument with the home plate umpire as well. And that's going to bring out the count now to 0-2 after that foul ball. Don't see that very much at any level of baseball, where the ball goes off the knob of the bat. Oh, 0-2 now the count now. Williams back in the game with a little bit of luck after that last pitch, as he comes home. That misses down low for ball 1. Williams with the 1-2. He got him with the high fastball. Swung on and missed from Brett Connor. 4 straight strikeouts for Calvin Williams. That'll bring Landon Phillips to the plate with 1 away.
Landon Phillips.
That's now 8 strikeouts for Calvin Williams, as he is having a day at the mound. As Landon Phillips, who's 1 for 1 on the night, now stands in at the plate. That first pitch misses a little bit outside for ball 1. Phillips, the third baseman, had that single back in the first. That pitch comes in. That's roped down the third base line. That's foul. Evens out the count at 1-1. Could have been dangerous if that would have landed fair, but instead landed just a little bit over to the left of third base. The 1-1 from Williams just misses up high for ball 2 now. Pitch from Williams. That one's lifted into right field. That's going to drop in front of Patrick Turner for a base hit. And that's going to be Phillips. Now 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Ended his last time on base, stranded at first. We'll see if that can that streak can stay up.
Heck.
He is now on first for Kyler Heck. 1 away, 1 runner on, and the Scots trailing 2-1. Want to take this time, give you a little quick shout out to Goff's Hamburgers, a tradition like no other, as well as Chip's Old Fashioned Hamburgers, the best burger ever. It is about 8:30. If you have not had dinner yet, be sure to check out Goff's or Chip's Hamburgers. First pitch to Kyler Heck is swung on and miss, as that brings the count to 0-1. Williams looks over at first before coming set, takes another quick glance, comes home. Ball in the dirt, Bowers, little hesitation, throws to second, and he got him. Oh my goodness. And if that doesn't tell you just how much of a cannon Bowers has, I don't know what will. Bowers had that ball in the dirt, had to come up with it, and then ended up bobbling it a little bit before actually getting out, and he still got him by a good foot or two. What a throw there from the battery for the Scots, as we now have 2 away, no runners on. Here's the 1-1. And that's skied into center field. That's going to be Jervek calling everybody off and making the grab for the third out. The Pirates go down quietly, and we saw a little cannonball there from Josh Bowers for that second out, but the Pirates go down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left stranded. As we head to the 5th inning, Scots trailing 2-1. Back for the bottom half of, this is the top half of the 5th inning, as we're getting ready to go here. Due up for the Scots, it's going to be Jack Curtis, followed by Calvin Williams and Jack Rich.
Designated hitter, Jack Curtis.
Curtis, once again, absolutely monstrous junior at 6'4", 225 pounds, and that 225 pounds looks to be all muscle, as he's just one built junior standing in at that right-handed box. Cruz back on the mound, as this one is a shot down towards short, and that is high throw there from Goodall, but Heck comes down with it, landing on the bag for the first out. Jack Curtis, 1 pitch and 1 out. He goes down with that 6-3 put up to start the game, or start the inning, that is, excuse me.
Pitcher Calvin Williams.
That'll bring Calvin Williams now up to the plate. Williams at 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out over to second back in the 2nd inning. Ball misses down low for ball 1. Williams, big fan of the Texas Rangers. The Rangers, his favorite team. The Rangers actually, with their opening day game yesterday, has hosted the largest in-person attendance of any sporting event since the coronavirus pandemic began last March. Over 38,000 people in attendance for the Rangers opening day game at Globe Life Field, actually, as the Rangers ended up opening up the field at 100% capacity not long after Governor Greg Abbott lifted the mask mandate. That's a big swing and a miss there from Williams, bringing the count now to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Cruz. A shot into the Pirates' dugout, almost hitting a couple of players that they had to duck out of the way there. Very open dugouts from the Pirates here, as they have tall ceiling dugouts and then a little fenced area. Looks to be about 10 feet from the edge of that fence, of that roofed area. And that one hit down the first base line towards foul territory, and that heads out of play as that lands on top of the batting cages. That'll keep the count at 1-2 with one away. Williams, nicknamed Vin, plays first base as well as pitcher for the Scots. We've seen him mostly as pitcher. I believe we've seen him one or two times at first base, as that one misses up high, evening the count at 2-2. At first base for a majority of the season, we've seen the combo of Jack Rich and Patrick Turner. Turner has not played at first base since district started, however. Usually Jack Rich takes over at first. Here's the 2-2. That's swung on and hit into right field. That's going to be brought in. That's brought in by Darty for that second out. Williams goes down to 0 for 2 now with that F9 put out, bringing Jack Rich to the plate.
First baseman Jack Rich.
And Rich, nicknamed Mantis, and for good reason. Long, lanky arms and legs, standing in at 6'5", 200 pounds, only a junior. He's played first base all of district so far for the Scots. He also plays in the outfield. 2 away, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Big hack there from Rich, but he can't connect, bringing the count to 0-1. Scots running out of room, running out of game to play in this 5th inning, still trailing 2-1. As this pitch comes in, that misses down low, evening the count 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Cruz, and that is a called strike on the inside corner, bringing the count now to 1-2. That 1-2 pitch misses up high. 2-2 the count, 2 away. Time to shake the hats once again, this time for the Scots. Here's the 2-2. Ball misses outside, gets away from Chambliss. He tried to block that one. Ended up jumping to the side. Full count now to the first baseman. Rich 0 for 3 against the Lovejoy Leopards last Saturday. Now 0 for 1 on the night so far, looking for that first hit in a few games. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses up high for ball 4. Jack Rich with a 2-out walk. He's the first base runner for the Scots, with Braden Jirovec stepping up to the plate.
Center fielder Braden Jirovec.
Jirovec responsible for a few RBIs so far this season. We'll see if he can do something here with this at bat. Currently at 0 for 1. Had a flyout in the first. That flyout over to Corbo at second. And then in the third, had a reached base on an error, also by Corbo. That ball misses outside, says the home plate umpire. as that brings the count to 1-0. Rich over at first represents the game-tying run. Pitch comes in from Cruz. That misses down low for ball 2. Can hear a little bit of noise coming from that Scots dugout as they're starting to get some confidence. 2-0 the count. Jirovic watches that one as that goes up high. Count at 3-0, most likely a hard red light here for Jirovic. Most of the time you won't see a swing from batters on a 3-0 count. However, there is that once in a while there will be an opportunity for a batter just swing as hard as he can. As Jirovic thought that one was ball 4, but instead goes to strike 1. 3-1 now the count. Jirovic should be looking to swing on this pitch as he is most likely going to have the best pitch of the at-bat coming up here with 3-1 the count. Pitch comes in, and that's fouled off. That's going to head out of play as that brings the count to full, 3-2. Back-to-back full counts for Austin Cruz. That last full count ended up being a walk. We'll see if he can have the same. We'll see if we can get the same result. Jirovic adjusting his jersey before digging back in to the right-handed box. Cruz comes set, takes a look over at first. Jirovic calls time, and time is given. Jirovic, when he's not playing baseball, loves horse racing. In fact, he hopes one day to be a racehorse owner. That's his dream job. Runner goes. Rich heading down to second. Ball hit up the middle, and that is going to get away from Goodall as that goes off of his glove. Jack Rich going to head into third. And that'll bring runners now to the corners after that error from Goodall.
Left fielder Harrison Duggar.
So Jack Rich now into third. Braden Jirovic at first, and Harrison Duggar now at the plate. Duggar with a few RBIs this season as well, including a home run a few weekends ago at Allen High School. In fact, that was the last home run we saw from the Scots. The Scots have gone quite a few games without a home run. And speaking of home runs, I want to give a quick shout out to a home run of a car dealer, Audi Dallas, the #1 Texas Audi dealer. One early count with 2 away. And that drops in the back door for strike 1, bringing the count even. Duggar at 0 for 2 with a fly out in the first and also had a ground out in the third. That ground out got picked up by Kyler Heck over at first and then tossed over to Austin Cruz, who stepped on the bag just in time. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss there from Duggar. He now goes to 1-2. A base hit here ties the game for the Scots, as they need a hit here. Looking to tie this game late in the 5th. Cruz with a look over at first. He comes set. Runner goes. Jirovic over to second. And he gets in a rundown as Rich going to head home, and that now we have a massive rundown as that will end poorly for the Pirates as Jirovic heads to second, and Rich will stay over at third. Great little bit of base running there from the Jirovic-Rich combo. As a base hit now could give the Scots the lead as we have 2 runners in scoring position. 1-2 the count. Duggar in the left-handed box. Here's the pitch from Cruz. That's lifted. That could get down for a base hit towards the gap, and that is dropped. That'll get down. 1 run will score. 2 runs come in as Rich and Jirovic both reach home. And that's Harrison Duggar now into second with that E7. And the Scots take the lead 3-2.
Right fielder Patrick Turner.
And that might have been just the hit the Scots were looking for. Just a bit of contact as they now take the lead 3-2 late in the 5th inning with Patrick Turner now up to the plate. We've seen that power from Patrick Turner this season. Haven't seen it tonight as he went down with an infield flyout back in the first. That flyout going over to Heck at first, and then in the third ended up going down looking. Oh and 1 with 2 away. Cruz delivers. Check swing. Umpire calls strike. 0-2 the count. Turn in the right-handed box. Cruz comes home with the 0-2. That misses up high for ball 1. Cruz comes set. Chambliss awaits this pitch. He swung on and he got him swinging. Turner goes down with another strikeout, now at 0 for 3, but the Scots take the lead thanks to some 5th inning heroics there from Harrison Duggar, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Scots lead 3-2. You're watching Highland Park Scots baseball on Game On Sports.
I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only 2. And when I heard
Coming back, bottom of the 5th inning from Crandall, Texas. Crandall Pirates coming up to the plate as Preston Chambliss going to start things off. He'll be followed by Mason Darty and Pierce Corbo will be in the hole. Calvin Williams back on the mound for the Scots. We're just about ready to get going here. Count starts off at 0-1 to Chambliss, who's currently at 0 for 1. He struck out swinging back in the second. 1 of 8 strikeouts on the night for Calvin Williams. So this one goes down, gets past Bowers for ball 1. Brings the count even at 1-1. Chambliss back behind the dish for the Pirates. So he awaits this 1-1 pitch. Williams likes what he sees from Bowers. And he comes home. Misses up high. Tonight is game 1 of 2 against the Crandall Pirates, and a busy, busy week for the Scots as they play the Crandall Pirates tonight and Friday night, and then turn around and play a doubleheader on Saturday against the West Mesquite Wranglers, making up both of those games. And a doubleheader starting at 10 a.m. A little bit of a homestand for the Scots as the next 3 games against the Pirates as well as the Wranglers, all at Scotland Yard. Count at 2-2. Williams comes home. That's lifted. That's going to stay in the infield. That's going to go towards foul territory. And that is Jack Rich making the grab for that first out. Chambliss goes down with that F3. That's 1 away now for Mason Darty.
Right fielder Mason Doherty.
Quite a few Scots fans at tonight's game made the long drive from Highland Park over to Crandall High School. Here's the first pitch from Williams. That's a called strike. Darty at 0 for 1 as well. He had a ground out over to second. That ground out to Preston Gamster back in the second. 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one gets past Bowers, but it is a called strike. Count comes to 0-2 now. Big swing at him as he got him with that high fastball. 9th strikeout for Calvin Williams as Darty goes down swinging. And that's going to bring Pierce Corbo up to the plate now.
Pierce Corbo.
Second baseman for the Pirates, currently at 1 for 2 with that single in the first and then had a ground out in the second. That ground out ended the second inning. This is a drive that drops in center field. Jerovic comes up with it, but that is a base hit for Pierce Corbo. And that is a 2-out single for the second baseman.
Center fielder Cole hit.
And that brings Cole Hitt, center fielder, up to the plate. Cole Hitt at 0 for 1. Had a strikeout in the third. Reached on an error in the first. Also reached home one of the 2 runs for the Pirates, along with Pierce Corbo. That first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Williams looking to find that final out in this 5th inning to send us to the 6th. That one drops down for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. Williams starting to fall behind here. Needs to find that first strike of this at-bat. That 2-0 pitch finds the strike zone for 2-1 now. Williams with a look over at first. Corbo with a good lead over at first base as he ends up walking back. Williams steps off the mound. Pitch comes in from Williams. Called strike, evening the count, 2-2 with 2 away. The Pirates' hats start shaking as we ready for this tie-break pitch. Here's the 2-2. Just missing on the outside. Brings the count to full at 3-2 now. Payoff pitch. Actually, we'll have a little throw. Fake throw over to first as Williams steps off. Ends up keeping the ball himself, not throwing over to first. Here's the 3-2. Got him swinging. The 10th strikeout for Calvin Williams ends the 5th inning as the Pirates go down, no runs on that one hit from Pierce Corbo, and he ends up getting left stranded on first base. And we head to the 6th inning. Scott's leading 3-2. You're watching Game On Sports. Back to start the 6th inning of action. Scott's getting their turn at the plate for the 6th inning, leading 3-2 over the Crandall Pirates. Due up for the Scots is going to be Josh Bowers. He'll be followed by Preston Gamster and Hunter Kraus. 4-5-6 once again coming up for the Scots as this first pitch to Bowers is a called strike, bringing the count to 0-1. Bowers, again, one of the 3 captains for the Scots team, currently playing at catcher for the Scots. We've seen him at catcher for most games of district so far. Count now 1-1 as that pitch is a called strike, as that brings the count now to 1-2. Bowers at 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts to left and right field. Or excuse me, that's flyouts actually, not strikeouts. But those flyouts coming into left and right field. Cruz back on the mound. And here's the pitch. That's hit right back up the middle. That's through for a base hit just to the left of second base. And that's a leadoff single for Josh Bowers. Start us off here in the 6th.
Shortstop, Preston.
Great placement there from Bowers, getting it just far enough away from both Goodall and Corbo to reach that into center field and get that picked up by hit. And we're going to have a pinch runner now as Adam Rourke is going to come in and pinch run for the catcher, Bowers. Rourke, quite a set of wheels, especially for a sophomore. We've seen those wheels a few times this season as he can make his way around the bases in a flash. We'll see if he can do that here tonight. Gamster at the plate. This first pitch up over his head for ball one. Count at 1-0. Gamster at short, currently 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. He struck out looking back in the fourth. Rourke with the lead on first. That pitch comes in. That breaking ball looked like that was going to hit Gamster, but then that dropped right in on the inside corner for strike one. Count evens out 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch comes in. That gets past Chambliss. And Rourke is going to head over to second on that pass ball. Runner now in scoring position, nobody out. 2-1 the count. Gamster taking a look over at Coach Leidner over at third base, getting some signals. Takes a deep breath and then digs back in. Two-one from Cruz. Bunt laid down, and that'll go foul down the third base line. Good effort and a good attempt there from Gamster trying to advance the runner, but just couldn't do it as that ends up going a little too far to the left. Count evens out 2-2 to the shortstop. Gamster says that of all the things that he could take on a deserted island with him, the one item that he would take would be his glove as he swings and misses at that pitch for strike three, and he's going to head on back to the dugout to grab his glove and get ready to go out in the field for the bottom of the sixth. The fourth strikeout of the night.
Third baseman Hunter Kraus.
Excuse me, that is the fifth strikeout actually for Austin Cruz as Kraus now steps up to the plate. Kraus, one of those 5, as he's at 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Pitch comes in, that's fouled off. So that brings the count to 0-1. Want to take this time to give a quick little shout out to Davidson and Bogle, where land is our business. Also, Venture X Dallas Park Cities, the future of workspace. As this pitch comes in, that's a called strike. Count goes to 0-2 to Hunter Kraus. Runner on second, Rourke, looking to come home. He gets his lead over at second base. Count goes to 1-2. Kraus, the third baseman for the Scots here tonight. Pitch comes in from Cruz. That's a high ball over into foul territory towards the first base line, and that will go foul as that lands out of play. Keeping the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jack Curtis patiently awaiting his next at-bat on deck. Curtis made contact both times, had a double in the second, and also had a ground out in the fifth. Ball misses up high evens the count 2-2 with one away. Kraus looking for a hit here, his second hit of the night. That could score another run for the Scots, extend their lead to 2 runs instead of just 1. 2-2 from Cruz, comes in. Breaking ball and called strike 3. Kraus goes down looking on that good breaking ball there from Cruz.
Designated hitter, Jack Curtis.
Jack Curtis now steps up to the plate. Curtis, the designated hitter, hitting for in place of Sam Sessions, who is the second baseman for the Scots here tonight. That's a drive, well hit over towards left field. That is off the wall, as that will be extra bases. That'll score another run. That's Rourke coming in from second, and that is a stand-up double for Jack Curtis. Curtis now with 2 doubles on the day, and he stands at 2 for 3 now, as Scots now extend their lead to 4-2, now doubling the score of the Pirates. And Calvin Williams up at the plate now. Williams is 0 for 2 as he swings and misses at that first pitch. And that count goes to 0-1 now. Runner on second once again as Curtis switch places with Adam Rourke. That 0-1 pitch misses just a bit up high. Looked to be right down the heart of the plate, but just a little bit up above the number, up above the letters, as that brings the count now to 1-1. Pitch from Cruz. Misses outside and low. Both pitchers on the night 0 for 2 so far. Looking to see who will win the battle here in this at-bat. 3-1 the count. The hitters count coming up to Calvin Williams. Going to be looking for a fastball here. The only question is where that fastball will be. Here's the 3-1. That's a rip down third, and that's through for a base hit past a diving Phillips, and that will score another run as Jack Curtis comes in to score from second, and that's a sliding double this time for Calvin Williams. This Scots lead now at 5-2, as we're going to have a mound visit, and that could be it for Austin Cruz. And that will do it. We'll have a pitching change, and we're going to take a break here from Crandall, Texas. Scots leading 5-2. You're watching Game On Sports.
Now pitching for the Pirates, number 3, Connor Brent. Catching number 10, Pierce Geisler. Now batting for the Scots, number 7, Jack Jackson.
Coming back to action, quite a few substitutions, or not really substitutions, just movements from this Pirates defense. We also have a new batter here for the Scots. Is Jack Jackson going to step up to the plate for his first plate appearance? On the mound now for the Pirates is going to be Connor Brett. As Brett actually going to come in from his designated hitter spot and now will take over as pitcher. Also behind the plate for the Pirates now, that's going to be, looking for that first name here. That's going to be Pierce Geisler, or Geisler, that is, now behind the plate. Also going to have Austin Cruz now over at first. Meanwhile, Corbo looks like he moved over to short, getting that number clarification here. Yes, Corbo now at short. That's now going to be Landon Phillips at second. And Kyler Heck at third. So quite a bit of movement from this Pirates defense. Jackson with a 1-2 count watches this one go outside. Jackson coming in to hit for a fellow Jack Rich. Now facing a 2-2 count, 2 away. Runner on second, Calvin Williams currently the lead over at second base. Here's the pitch. Misses outside for ball 3. Brett looking to get out of this inning without any more damage. Scott's currently leading 5-2 in the top of the 6th. Here's the payoff pitch from Brett. That one's hit straight up in the air into the infield. That could be some trouble there, as that will drop as that gets out of the glove of Cruz. And that'll be a foul ball. And that's actually going to be Andrew Zahar running over at second in place of Jack, in place of Calvin Williams. Jackson back in the left-handed box, and we're ready to go. Full count, 3-2, 2 away. Here's the pitch. That one fouled straight back. That goes over the press box. As that'll land near the softball field, just behind us here. Here's the 3-2. That one hit up the middle, and that's going to be picked up by Corbo. Throw to first is in time. That ends the top half of the 6th inning. The Scots extend their lead 5-2, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Pirates coming up. You're watching Game On Sports.
And for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
Coming up for the Pirates, Austin Cruz going to
First
start things
baseman,
off, followed by
Austin
Zach Sullivan
Cruz.
and Connor Brett will be in the hole. Sullivan, excuse me, that's 3-4-5 coming up for the Pirates. Austin Cruz, who's starting things off, currently 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging. As his first pitch is swung on, fouled off. Cruz got a piece of that one, but could not connect. Count goes to 0-1. Williams back on the mound for his 6th inning of work as that one gets past Bowers. That's going to even out the count at 1-1. And that 1-1 pitch also down low. Brings the count to 2-1 now to Austin Cruz. Cruz, who started at pitcher, now over at first base for the Pirates. Part of a long list of substitution of the position changes made for the Pirates in that top of the 6th. Williams from the windup comes home. And that one is fouled off, evening the count 2-2. Once again, this is game 1 of 4 for the Scots this week, as they have this game tonight, playing the Pirates once again, this time from Scotland Yard on Friday. And then they'll turn around on Saturday and then play a doubleheader starting at 10 o'clock from Scotland Yard. And that doubleheader will be against the West Mesquite Wranglers. Would not be surprised if we saw quite a few faces that we haven't seen so far, or excuse me, that we haven't seen a lot of in district so far, as 4 games in 1 week definitely tire out your players if you play the same people for all 4 games. And that 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Cruz a little bit early on that pitch as he goes down swinging. And I'm starting to run out of room for these strikeouts for Calvin Williams, as that is now 11 strikeouts
Pirates, number 24,
for the Scots right-hander.
Bell.
And that's going to be Luke Spell now coming up to the plate for the Pirates. He'll be batting in place of Zach Sullivan. Possibly seeing a new outfielder for the Pirates here. We'll see when we get to the 7th. 1 away, nobody on. Calvin Williams comes home, ball hit back up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Sessions slides for it, can't get the grab. And Spell, on the first pitch he sees, ends up singling out into center field, and he reaches on a 1-out single.
Pitcher Connor Brett.
Connor Brett started as the designated hitter, now at pitcher for the Pirates. One out, 1 runner on. Scott's looking to get out of this inning quickly. Williams comes home. That first pitch misses up high. Bowers readies the throw down to first, but doesn't release. As Brett faces a 1-0 count. Right-hander with a look over at first. Here he comes. That misses outside, says the umpire. Brings the count to 2-0 now. That's a called strike. Right down the heart of the plate. Brings the count now to 2-1. Williams has yet to give up a walk in today's game, as almost ended up giving a walk after a hit by pitch. However, that ball ended up going off the knob of the bat of an unlucky Pirates player. Three and one now the count, as we have some bullpen action coming in for the Scots. Not sure of a number, however, I would not be surprised if that turned out to be Ben Bailey. Bailey has come in relief of Calvin Williams in his last two appearances, or last couple appearances, that is. As that brings the count to full after that ball swung on and missed from Brett Connor. Or Connor Brett, that is. Three and two, one away. Williams has his sign. He comes set, takes a look over at first, and time is called. We're going to take a little break. Here's the pitch from Williams. That one's hit over to second. That's going to be picked up by Sessions. Turns, throws to second for one. Over to first is not in time. Gamster gets that throw in just a little bit late, as they are able to get Spell over at second. However, Brett Connor reaches first on that fielder's choice. That's going to go down as a 4-6 putout.
For the Pirates,
And Connor moves now to 0 for 2. That'll bring Landon Phillips up to the plate. Phillips totally on the other end of the spectrum from Brett, as he is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. This ball hit over to second. That's going to be Sessions picking it up once again. This time throwing it over to first. Jack Rich makes the grab, and that'll end the sixth inning. The Pirates go down. No runs off of one hit, no errors, and one left stranded. Brett Connor. That's Connor Brett actually getting stranded over at first. We're heading to the seventh inning. Scott's leading 5-2. You're watching Game On Sports.
Leading off for the Scots, center fielder Braden Jurevec.
Seventh inning stretch just finished up, although not much of a stretch from the crowd, as that was a little bit of an unofficial seventh inning stretch, as we are ready to go for the top of the 7th. Braden Jervik going to start us off, followed by Harrison Duggar and Patrick Turner. 1, 2, 3 coming up for the Scots. As Jervik watches that one go by for ball 1, already with a 1-0 count. As Connor Brett back on the mound. Now with a 1-1 count. Pitch to Jervik. That breaking ball fouled off back just to the right of us here in the press box. Count comes to 1-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Jervik, the first hitter for the Scots in this 7th inning of work. As the wind starting to pick up now, a little bit harder than it has been for quite a while, as Jervik goes down with a strikeout. And that's going to be the first strikeout of this outing for Connor Brett. As this first pitch to Harrison Duggar drops in on the back door for strike 1, bringing the count to 0-1 now. Duggar at 0 for 2 with a fly out, a ground out, and then he reached base on an error back in the 5th. Ended up reaching second before being stranded on that strikeout from Patrick Turner. Duggar faces the 1-2 count. He hits this one over to second. That's going to be picked up by Phillips. He'll throw it over to first for the first out. Second out, that is, as Duggar goes down with that 4-3 putout for Patrick Turner coming up to the plate. And Turner has been struggling just a little bit at the plate so far in district. He's had 3 hits for the entirety of district play so far. And one of those hits coming against the Mesquite Poteet Pirates, and then 2 of them coming in the last district game for the Scots against the Jackrabbits. Turner ended 2 for 4 in that game against the Jackrabbits with a double and a single, and then a ground out and a fly out. 1-0 now the count, 2 away. As Brett comes home. And that's a called strike. Evening the count 1-1. Pitch comes in, that's fouled off. That'll go off the press box just to the right of us. That brings the count to 1-2, 2 away. Brett looking to send the Scots back into the dugout quietly. 2 up, 2 down so far. 2 strikes to Turner, and he gets him swinging. That's 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates, as Patrick Turner goes down to 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts in a row. As we head to the bottom of the 7th and the official 7th inning stretch right now, as we head to the bottom of the 7th, Scots lead 5-2. Caden Bragg getting his first plate appearance
Leading off for the Pirates, number 9, Caden Bragg.
as Calvin Williams gets back on the mound trying to finish off this 7th inning and pitch a complete game for the Scots. As this first pitch misses up high, Caden Bragg pinch hitting now for Landon Phillips. And we're also going to have another pinch hitter on deck as, that's going to be Pierce Geisler back at the plate. Not a pinch hitter as Geisler came in to catch for Chambliss. However, his first plate appearance is coming up in the 7th inning. 1-2 now the count. Williams from the windup, looking for his 12th strikeout of the night. Here's the pitch. Misses up high for ball 2. And if I'm not mistaken, 12 strikeouts would actually break his district record this season. Currently tied that record with 11. Could be a season high for Calvin Williams as we now have a 3-2 pitch to Caden Bragg. Pitch comes in. Called strike 3. He got him looking. And that's 12 strikeouts for Calvin Williams.
Catcher
A
Pierce
district high,
Geisler.
possibly a season high strikeout number for Calvin Williams. So he has retired. He has struck out 12. And Coach Leidner is going to head on out, and that will do it. Looks like that will do it for Calvin Williams. Looks like he reached his pitch limit, as that was an outstanding outing for Calvin Williams. Not sure what's happening here. A little bit of a conference. I'm guessing they're waiting for the new pitcher to come out. Never mind. Calvin Williams will stay outside. He'll stay on the mound, looking to finish this one off. Kind of wondering what the point of that mound visit was. Just finished a strikeout. You have momentum. Not really sure what you want to talk about on that mound. Guess just making sure he feels good, making sure that arm isn't about to fall off. One away now as that first pitch misses up high to Kyler Heck. Excuse me, that is not Heck anymore. That is actually going to be Geisler. Pierce Geisler at the plate. Also behind the plate for the Pirates now as he came in to catch for Preston Chambliss. He's facing a 2-1 count as Williams from the windup. He steps off as the wind has picked up once again. It's not a continuous gust, but when those gusts do come, they are big ones. Very heavy winds here all day from Crandall, all game long. Count goes now to 3-1 to Geisler, that is. Williams delivers. Would have been too far inside, but Geisler I'm not sure if that swing was more out of an attempt for contact or more out of self-defense. But either way, that brings the count now to 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. He got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Calvin Williams. That's 13 strikeouts now for number 12.
Right fielder Mason Doherty.
So it's going to bring Mason Doherty up to the plate. Count at 2-0. Williams looking for that final out. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's lifted. That's a skyrocket into the infield, and that's going to be Sam Sessions settling under it for the third out. And that will end the game. Scots complete the comeback, coming down from a 2-0 deficit and taking the win 5-2.
Park 5, Crandall 2.
In that first game back after a 10-day hiatus over the Crandall Pirates. Join us again on Friday, where they'll turn around and play the Pirates once again, this time from Scotland Yard in Highland Park. And once again, that's Friday night. That'll be here once again on Game On Sports. For everybody involved in this production of Game On Sports, for our producer, Fred Garner, I'm Lincoln Rebel saying so long from Crandall, Texas. Good night, Scots fans, and God bless.